Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadden back again with another free Wednesday real life stock review just for you. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week. Let's dive into the markets and talk about what is going on in the broader markets. Now the SPY guys, we did have a massive gap up on some presidential news and some vaccine news about COVID-19, and it was pretty much the most easiest fade of the day. If you do take a look here, we did gap up from the previous day. We gapped up like 4%, which is absolutely phenomenal. There were a lot of people just trimming off some gains on the SPY and a lot of stocks, and we pretty much just faded, and we did fill that gap. So it was a retest gap, white candle gapping up, and we have now retested, filled that gap. And if we take a look at the E-minis, you can see we are slowly starting to bounce. Now we are still at a very high all-time high. We did make a new all-time high just the other day, and for the most part, guys, I'm just bullish to neutral at the moment. I'm not overly bearish, but I'm not overly bullish right now. We are at the all-time highs. We are at a consolidation zone. As you can see right here, this particular level has been a resistance in the past, and just governing by this particular candle right here, it is going to be a fairly decent selling pressure or selling zone for the broader market. So just bear in mind, if you are going long, now is probably not the best time to do it unless you are buying a stock on an extreme low. Speaking of stocks that have had a dip, here's Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. Now they did report earnings, delectable gap down, and it was a retest gap. So right now, this particular level that we're at right now, if you have a look here on the weekly chart, we are holding here at 125. 125.01, around the 125 level anyway. And on the daily chart, you can see here that the 200 simple moving average is at 125.87. So as long as we hold above the 125 level on the weekly chart, we should hold some support here and then slowly start to bounce. Now, us here at Real Life Trading Australia, we most likely will be looking at getting into a synthetic long, which is a trading strategy that I do teach here at Real Life Trading. But it's a really nice level. I don't expect this to just bounce out of here straight away, guys. What I do expect is for Beyond Meat to kind of just trade sideways, maybe come down a little bit more, and then slowly start to bounce. We have been here for a little while. I am expecting December and January to be quite bullish on Beyond Meat as we move into Christmas as well. Here's one you're going to want to watch, DDOG, ticker symbol DDOG. This is going to be one you're going to want to watch at open, peeps. Now, we did get a retest gap just last week, and we have, ironically, retested. This is a beautiful hammer candle. We've had a delectable pullback, and right now, after hours, I'll just bring up the 5-minute candle here. After hours, you can see we are actually clearing the lows of yesterday. Now, the pre-market levels, we have already come down, broke down, retested, and now you can see we're starting to create some lower highs and some relative lows. So this is, since we've already retested, guys, if you are looking for some sort of reversal, if you were to day trade this, I would just look for a little bit more of a push higher, maybe to about 88.50, and then if we get rejected at that point, I would look for a short. However, it does not have to happen, being that we already have a really nice level of support pre-market here, and we are starting to create some lower highs. So if we do break down below 85.85, I would expect a nice little push down to this level right here at around 82.16. Take a look at the weekly chart on the short-term moving averages. On the short-term moving averages, you can see here we are just holding up just above the 20 EMA. Now, on the daily chart with the long-term moving averages, you can see here we are between the 100 and the 200 simple moving average. There really is not that much support up until about 82.16. So once we do break those pre-market lows, I do expect us to continue a little bit lower and possibly continue even back down to around 75.69 over the next coming weeks. This is going to be a level that you would look to buy. The 200 simple moving average will come into play, and it will be a nice buy the dip location for DataDog. So either way you slice it, guys, DataDog for the short term is going to be a little bit on the short side rather than the bullish side, but look to buy the dip on DataDog. Now here's the ASX 200 just ramping on higher, Rampage Jackson. Now this was a level that I did speak to a lot of traders about, saying that since we're breaking above the 200 simple, wait for the retest of the 100 and the 200 and then look for it to go higher. We've got some amazing volume coming in, and we did get a phenomenal gap and go just today. Now since that we have had this beautiful little double bottom, I do expect us to have somewhat of a pullback back down to around 58, or at least into some short-term moving averages, which most likely to 58 as well. As you can see, the 10 EMA is just kind of trailing here at around 57.77. But for the most part, guys, I would be a little bit more bullish than bearish on the ASX 200, especially with the COVID-19 vaccine news. Here's Qantas, ticker symbol QAN. Now, we did get a retest gap action above the previous highs back in June. And right now, because it is a retest gap, we could possibly just retest. Don't have to completely fill the gap, but if you take a look at the long-term moving averages, you can see that we are above everything. But more importantly, guys, on the weekly chart, we are hitting our head against the 100 and 200 simple moving average. This is a huge double bottom on a weekly chart. So expect us to, if we do break out, just expect another dip. So there will be a dip in the market at some point. We have been rallying quite heavy on the broader markets, and I would expect us to kind of just break out, retest the 100 and the 200, and then this would be a dip buying opportunity. So if you are looking at getting in now, you probably have about a month or two time to get in as well. But Qantas looking strong with all that vaccine news. Now here's Newcrest Mining. On the weekly chart, we are back at the 100 simple moving average. My gosh, this is a really good level to be buying long term, guys, especially because I do believe that gold will increase and go higher. I will talk about that in just a second. Take a look at the daily chart though. The daily chart is forming a really nice double bottom as we speak. We've got a delectable hammer candle right now. We had a retest gap just the other day, and we are currently retesting. So on the weekly chart, guys, this 100 simple moving average is a very strong level, and I do believe that we will probably trade sideways for a little bit longer, but we are very bullish on gold, especially because Newcrest is a gold miner, and this is going to be one that you are going to want to watch over the next coming months or so. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep your eyes on the prize. Here's crude oil, guys. Now, crude oil is slowly starting to break higher. What a phenomenal run that we've had the last few weeks on crude oil. We are currently at a resistance level. We don't have to resist this level, obviously, but we could have a nice little pullback back into this nice little double bottom neckline, and then from there, I would expect us to be a little bit more bullish than bearish. And crude oil, gold. Gold right now, we are currently in a weekly options newsletter. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is a weekly options. It's a weekly options play that I do send out each and every single week here at Real Life Trading Australia. If you guys do want to get a hold of that, sign up at reallifetrading.com.au. I'll leave a link in the description below. But right now, guys, we are at a previous level of support. We are bouncing. We are finding support. We've got really nice volume coming in at this price, and I do expect us to bounce. Now the Aussie dollar, this is looking good. Have a look at the volume that's coming in, guys. Heaps of price action. Short-term moving averages, here we are. Short-term moving averages, we're looking super bullish. I did mention this little triple bottom here, and we possibly could come back down to retest. However, every time we do come down a little bit lower, we seem to be getting bought up. Now, where I expect this to go, guys, obviously the first level that I can see here on the screen is around 74 cents, but from there onwards, guys, I think we're going to see a very nice healthy run up to about 76 right here. So if I just draw a line here at 76, just based on the Fibonacci here, I'll just take this line off and this line off. You should see this should coincide with a lot of resistance right here. So on the left here, you can see this was a nice little buying location, beautiful selling zone, beautiful consolidation. This is going to be the next key level, or the next key area where I do expect us to ramp up to over the next, possibly before the end of the year. So just keep that in mind, especially with gold going higher. I do expect the Aussie dollar and the I do expect the Aussie dollar to go higher and the US dollar to come down. Now here's the reason why. Take a look at the dollar index. Now the DXY, which is the dollar index, you can see we did form a really nice descending wedge here just over the last coming months. And we did break out, but as soon as we came back into that resistance zone of the 100 simple moving average, we got rejected straight away and started to pull back. Now, not only did we pull back, we closed below these lows, we've retested, and now we're starting to look a little bit weak. Now, if you take a look at the weekly chart, you can also see that we are below both the 100 and the 200 simple moving average. You can see that we have crossed over quite bearishly. And on the monthly chart, we are right at the 100 simple moving average. This is the only thing that's holding us up at this particular moment in time. But if on the daily chart, if we do break this particular level, guys, I'll go to the weekly chart for you guys. So if we do break this particular level, the next level that I expect us to trade down to is 89. Now that will bring a very nice push into gold and as well as AUD USD. So once this level does break, guys, it's pretty much going to be a free fall, and then gold should spike and the Aussie dollar should also spike up to around 76 cents. All right, guys, you're amazing. Thank you for watching this stock review. If you guys want me to review any stocks, let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, love life, live life and trade it. You guys rock. Bye.